Where?
Emu. An emu, exactly.
Where?
This is an emu here. You see he's got his head coming around, his back of his legs, back up to his head, and there's a big spear in his back. Now a lot of people think this is a whale, but it's not a whale. It's actually an emu. So this tells us a few things. It tells us that thousands of years ago there was an emu here. So emus were a natural food source around here, but these days they're not. Just jump back out of the rope, mate.
Dave,
other side.
Come
back. Yeah.
No, come back to us.
Yeah, just run over. Alrighty. Anyway, back to the story. So that's why we have ropes, because these are real fragile. They're sandstone, so we've got to be quite careful with them. So now, this is an emu. So 1,000 years ago there would have been emus here. Tells us the terrain was a bit different. Emus like it a lot more open than how tight it is now. Also, it tells us how to hunt emus. See the spear in its back? Hunt them from above. So what you do, you get up in a tree with your little emu caller. It's like a mini didgeridoo. Whack on the end of it. The emus come around looking for food because it makes the same noise as an emu. Then you spear him through the back, and then you can jump down and get him before he can run away. Also, that spear points straight out to Mount White, and that's where we follow these. If we're following these carvings, that's where we'll go on our journey. But we're not following this set of carvings, so we won't go to Mount White. Also, it has a stumpy leg. That's just saying emus are pretty heavy. When you're carrying them, you don't want to actually have the whole weight. So you chop off the bottom of the leg, it's all bone, you can't eat it. So this is a life-size emu. So you see the little dots around the arse of it there?
Hey, yeah, now I'm seeing it.
That's how they actually laid a real emu down, put dots around it, then removed it and connected the dots. And every 100 years they'd re-engrave these. Alright, we'll keep on moving before I turn into...
Yeah.
Alrighty, so what we have here, this is like a menu and a roadmap at the same time. Our wallaby says it was a nice fat wallaby, so there's wallabies around. This is what you're going to find for food. And then down there, the hunting boomerang. Use the hunting boomerang to get the wallabies. That's how you catch them. But also you see he's got his nose, his ears, his tail, and then his front legs, and his front legs and his back legs. His front legs and his back legs point out that way. So that's where you're going to find your wallabies. They're out there. Also the tail points straight that way. That points us to fresh water. About 800 metres that way is an actual spring where you can get your water. And then that boomerang down there, its tips point out that way. So that's where you can find your wallabies. So they tell you a lot if you know how to read them. We'll keep moving up to the paintings now. What we have here, this is just a naturally formed cave just by wind erosion. Now you can see the nice layers of sandstone on the inside and what it looks like on the outside. There's no paintings in here. This would have just been used for shelter. In a storm like this, the Aboriginal people would jump in there to keep dry, or they'd jump in there to shade on really hot days. So these weren't really used too often. But if we keep moving down, we'll see the actual paintings. These are our hand stencils, and these are all, you can see the hands in there. How old do you think they are?
Older than you?
Older than me, mate. They're 500 years old. So these are pretty new when you're talking about Aboriginal paintings. So these are only 500 years old, that's relatively new. But you see, for 500 years they're doing pretty well for a cave that's not very well protected from the wind and rain, and they're all still there. Now these are made using ochre, which is a naturally formed rock that you find around the area, and they'd mix that with water and emu egg white, and then actually put their hand on there and then put the paint in their mouth and spit it over their hand. So that's how they got the nice effect there. And there's a whole lot of them along here, and we know this is a boys' cave because when the boys are initiated, they lose a front tooth, and when the girls are initiated, they lose this little pinky here, or the little tip of this pinky on their left hand. And if you look, they're all left hands, and they're all big, so they're all older than 12, and they're not missing any fingers. So that's how we know these are all boys at this cave. That's pretty awesome.
They chop off the girl's finger.
Yep, they put a kangaroo tendon around it till it falls off, and then the boys get their tooth knocked out. And that's how you know you're initiated. With a big rock. And then from Port Macquarie down to Victoria, you find your diamond pythons.
Okay, I started recording now.
Here's your coastal carpet python. He's nowhere near fully grown. These can get up to 3 metres. And we have a few diamond pythons in the park. They're actually big enough to eat the small wallabies. And we have seen them eat the small wallabies.
Are those constrictors?
Yeah, they're constrictors. They're not venomous. They do have about 100 teeth though, all face backwards, all needle sharp. So when they bite, it's quite painful. You don't want to break any teeth off inside you.
Have you ever bitten?
Oh yeah, I've been bitten. I never buy a wild one. I always buy my pet ones, doing things like feeding them with my eyes closed, or you know, fun
trying
stuff.
to wrap his stuff around you now?
Yeah, he's just holding on though. He's not trying to strangle me or anything like that.
He knows better.
Yeah. These guys are pretty cool. If you look underneath his jaw there, he's got heat sensing
Oh,
pits.
he does.
So he's like your rattlesnakes, he's got his heat sensing pits there. So he can see in heat, sight and smell with his tongue.
Yeah.
So they're great night hunters because they can smell and see everything in heat as well.
Oh, let's try to get a shot of that. So what are we saying on his teeth?
Vents.
Underneath his jaw, those
Vents.
little pits there.
Yeah?
Yep, there is heat sensing or his heat receptors. So he can see in heat. So that's how they know where the warmest place to go are, where the warmest animals are. But he's pretty strong, this guy. You got me wrapped up right there, don't you?
He doesn't want to fall.
His instincts. He wants to constrict your arm and eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't. We've only had this guy a little while, so we're still figuring out how nice he is. But I've been handling that possum as you saw, and he's not trying to eat me yet. So, but this guy could easily eat that possum, easily.
Could he eat something like you?
No, he couldn't eat something like me. He could probably kill me if he tried. But,
You got it around your neck.
yeah, if you got around my neck, but that's about it. You can give him a pat if you want.
Scaly.
Yeah. During the summer we have a lot of diamond pythons cruising around. Red bellies, brown snakes, tiger snakes, death adders.
So this guy's not poison.
No, not poisonous.
So this is spine.
Yep.
Oh, belly. They
But,
move by like moving their skeletons, right? Like.
yeah, well, moving their muscles. Yeah. Now, yeah, in the park we have 5 of the top 10 most venomous snakes in the world just free ranging around, so
Oh.
keep an eye out when you're out there, but with weather like this I don't think we'll see any.
It's encouraging.
Yeah.
So they strike and then.
Yeah, he strikes, bite, and he'll wrap around.
Yeah, I've seen some kill. They have it on YouTube how they kill rabbits.
Yeah, well, these guys are on YouTube. One of the diamond pythons on YouTube eating a paddy melon, which is one of those little wallabies you see. So if you look up our park, you'll see them.
Can they kill kangaroos too?
If they were big enough, yeah. They wouldn't. Well, there's none really big enough to eat kangaroos, but like not down here. Up the top
Maybe
end,
a
there's ones
joey?
big enough. Yeah, definitely. Well, did you see the size of little paddy melons hopping around? If I can see one.
Like those 3?
Yeah, those 3. Yeah, there's some big enough in the park to actually.
Okay,
eat
nice.
those.
Yeah, where are they? Oh, they're there.
Little redneck paddy melons.
How do koalas deal with the rain?
Well, koalas are pretty good at that. They just curl up in a ball and sleep through it. Their coat's waterproof, so they're not bothered at all.
You're gonna do the